The best way to learn new vocabulary is to live in the country where your target language is spoken. Indeed, being part of the culture will give you more opportunities to master the language. However, not everyone can afford a trip to a specific country, in my case to South Korea, right? That's why I decided to pick the 7 best ways to learn vocab without moving to another country. Please always remember that learning vocab without context is nothing. We have to put words in context to learn them naturally. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Develop a reading habit. I know that it's hard to work on habits, but reading every day will allow you to learn more vocab in context. This is important because of 2 reasons. First, you will learn the meaning of a new word, and second, you'll know how the word is actually used in your target language. And if you think that you don't like reading, maybe it's because you haven't chosen the correct texts. Try to find topics that you are interested in and read books about that. Name objects around you. Learning the names of the things around you will motivate you to keep going with your language journey. And even if you're not using those words in daily conversations, it will help you to get used to that language. When I say that you should be surrounded by the language you're learning, I mean that you should try to listen to, write, read, and talk in your target language most of the day. My biggest advice here is to try to expose yourself to that language as much as possible. Use the dictionary and thesaurus. Dictionaries and thesaurus are helpful resources when we use them properly. We can associate the words with additional synonyms and educate our brain with antonyms, root words, and other aspects of vocab. Indeed, this method will help you to increase your vocabulary by using similar words in different contexts. For example, when I have to write formal texts in English, I have to use synonyms to write them because most of my vocabulary isn't formal. In the last video, I recommended the Oxford English Dictionary, which has a mobile app and a physical version. However, I additionally use 2 different dictionaries. The first one is thesaurus, which provides synonyms and antonyms, and the second one is word reference. I use this last resource to learn the pronunciation of the words and to see the words in context. Subscribe to the Word of the Day feeds. The only thing that you have to do is to insert your email and then wait for the new vocab in your inbox. This way of learning new vocabulary is amazing because it only provides 1 word per day, so the process doesn't become overwhelmed. There are many websites out there that provide this Word of the Day system. Merriam-Webster is indeed just one of them. So leave a comment down below if you know additional websites that have this system to learn new vocab. Use Quizlet to learn new vocab. It can be Quizlet or Memrise, the 2 most famous websites to learn vocab. Both of them are very useful for learning vocab. In this case, I will talk about Quizlet because I've been using that website for a while to learn new Korean words. In Quizlet, you can create your own flashcards about any topic or follow others created by users. Most of the time, I use the flashcards that has been created by others because it saves me time and allows me to focus my attention on the words. However, if you have the time and want to do it, feel free to create your own flashcards and study them. Also, if you're not a big fan of technology, This method can also be modified by creating your own flashcards. Just cut some paper and write all the vocabulary that you want to learn. Watch videos, TV programs, or films with subtitles in the language you're learning. When we start learning a new language, we can feel a little bit lost because sometimes it's really hard to understand native speakers. However, if you expose yourself to the language from the beginning, then it will become easier and easier to comprehend what they are saying. Most of the time, we can listen to a person speaking his or her language, but we cannot identify all the words. In this case, if you see, for example, a specific word in the subtitles, you can look for that word in a dictionary or simply understand the meaning by context. In this way, you will learn the vocabulary in a natural way. Also, watching TV programs, videos, films, or series with subtitles will help us to imitate the intonation or the tone of native speakers. So in that way, we can produce a speech more similar to the native speakers. So to accomplish this, be sure to include the imitation technique when you are watching some of this content. Use social media as a way of learning vocab. This way to learn new vocab is not about following accounts that publish images or videos teaching only the vocabulary without any context, unless you want that. My suggestion is to follow real people who talk your target language because they use new words and daily vocabulary when they publish new content. In this case, you can find someone online who publishes image captions or talk regularly through Instagram stories, and then you can cut some words from that. This last idea of learning new words might be fun, but be careful, you don't want to lose hours and hours of the day just checking your phone, because remember, if you want to learn a new language, you have to know how to organize your day to accomplish your goals. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I see you in the next one. Bye, friends!